After Sales CNN.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Abhijit, and I'm part of the commercial team for CNN International, and we look after the South Asia region. Now, this evening, I wanted to speak to you about the power of purpose and why that's important in today's context. Sorry. Purpose, simply put, is a determination or a feeling or having a reason of what you do and why you do something. But in the corporate sense, purpose is the reason that a company exists. And it's not just materially or economically, but also emotionally and spiritually. And this factors in a lot of the social causes that subscribe to the core of a brand. And there is a lot of pressure on corporations today. There are shifts in technology, behavior, culture, which are giving rise to newer attitudes that are impacting the way we look at the companies that we work for or buy from. And which is why it's important to have the power of your purpose. But why does it matter? Transaction businesses are a thing of the past. Relational, purpose-driven businesses are the way of the future. And companies who have put people first over profits are the ones who are winning. And here's why. For your employees, they're obviously more motivated, they're engaged, they're involved. But it also helps build business culture. And culture is the glue that keeps your businesses together. It increases employee retention, which means lower churns, less costs on hiring, training, dealing with team disruptions, all of that. And for your customers, it's all about creating a value and building trusted relationships. As a brand, you do not get commoditized very easily, which means you're less sensitive to market conditions and churns in sales cycle. And overall, it will improve business performance. When everybody is aligned and focused in the same direction, you are going to achieve a lot more. So when you have purpose baked into your business, it means that not only are your employees more empowered and motivated to think creatively and innovate, it is this innovation that is going to build that trust and build that connect with your audiences. There's also an HBR study which actually says that companies who have a well-articulated purpose have done far better than those who've not. So think about it. Now I want to take a step back and set some context here, and you'll understand why. International news is extremely important and critical today. International news is viewed as having, more reputation, more trust, more credibility, far better journalism, greater in-depth analysis as compared to local news media. Now, wherever the news is, CNN is there. For 43 years, we've had a singular purpose: to inform people and to tell the truth. And which is why, be it the COVID pandemic, the Ukraine-Russia conflict, or for that matter, the missing submarine, Prime Minister Modi's state visit to the US, we've been a common focal point across the world. We've been able to build an unrivaled reputation to tell the story from the story, which is why we are the most preferred international news brand. But think about it, having an impact, changing something for the better, or for that matter, inspiring someone. These are one of the most powerful attributes that any government, any business, or any person can have. And as CNN, we've got a unique role to play with our journalism and factor change at so many levels. What we do as a brand has an exponential impact on the world. Our stories inspire people and in turn get the world to factor change. Our journalists, the bedrock of what we do, are recognized for their passion and knowledge. They're respected for their ability to deliver the truth, to go where probably no other organization can go. When 90% of our weekly audiences come to CNN, we want to understand why. We want to understand and go beyond to What is it that it is about our brand and the relationship with our audiences? That is important. So we did a brand efficacy study across 20 of our key markets, which basically told us CNN is someone who provides our audiences with something that is relevant, it is unique, it is personal, and helps them or empowers them to make decisions. That is the power of our purpose. And we use this business intelligence to create solutions, to find tech and identify new trends that will help you brands deliver the power of your purpose to audiences worldwide. And we've identified 4 trends that I want to share with you today. Reputation marketing, the attention economy, artificial intelligence, and of course Gen Z. Now when you think about reputation, it's very often linked to brand. They're very similar, but they are very different. Brand is how you want to show yourself to the world, what you aspire to be, how you want the world to see you. Reputation is how the world actually sees you. Brand is the promise you make to your customers. Reputation is how you've delivered on that promise. You know, incidentally, there's a Deloitte study which talks about almost 90% of business professionals rate managing reputation as larger than any other reputation or strategic risk to the business. That is why it's important. But why should it matter to a CMO? Reputation management allows you to have a broader landscape and the factors impacting how your advertising and communication is doing, or to what extent do your brand dollars need to work to shift perception. It is about identifying growth opportunities. Organizations that have a greater reputation have a competitive advantage in a rather fragmented marketplace. It will help you rebound far quicker from reputational hiccups as you go down the road. And of course, it's going to build a lot of trust and credibility, because without trust, nobody's going to engage with you, let alone buy from you. It's a great time for advertisers. You all know it. There's so many advertisers here. There's so many opportunities to engage with your audiences. And there are so many ways of tracking that performance in real time. But digital media is evolving. And there's so much of noise that makes it crazy. How do you stand out? It's estimated that on an average, a person is exposed to anything between 6 to 10,000 ads a day, which is forgotten in a matter of seconds. So attention is a finite resource. And today, when audiences have the power to skip or just ignore an advertising, it's a privacy-led world. And as our industry is moving away from third-party cookies, coupled with economic headwinds, media outlook, how do you then look at grabbing attention? There's certain ways. Do something differently from what the audience expects you to do. It's important. Provide quality content that your audience would like to engage with. Use positivity, use emotions, use consumer insights. Be very clear on who you partner with. Trusted media or your media choices are extremely critical. It'll help you break the clutter and not infringe on the privacy of your audiences. Nobody wants to be in an intrusive environment. And use contextual advertising. It'll give you the access to relevant areas where you can engage with your audiences. Now, in 2017, thanks to Mark Pritchard, we came up with the concept of viewability. But today, when you focus on viewability, it means that all your impressions are considered equal. It did not factor in how and when an attention was grabbed. So probably it's the time for us to look at or move from a viewable ad to an ad that has been viewed to grab attention. In an attention economy, every second counts. Memorability of an ad is so vital. So content that can hold a viewer's attention is what is going to help you build brand recall and the connect with your audiences. You know, till a few years back, or till very recently actually, AI marketing as a concept was lost. I mean, I think everybody had gone automated about it. But marketers today, this year especially, believe that AI or ML can help them grow revenues, boost operational efficiencies, look at customer engagement, provide a better experience, which is great. So AI has the power to transform our industry. But what exactly is it? AI is something that allows you to do something 10, 20 times or quicker than what you do. But does that mean people are going to run out of jobs? Creatives are going to go out of fashion? Not exactly. If you think that AI is going to kill creativity, then that's very myopic. Think 10 years ago, when we felt that data is going to kill creativity. Today, data and creativity are hand in hand. And that's the same lens that you need to look at AI with. AI is an enabler. It's a partner to creativity. It's not about producing AI-generated ads, but AI-powered humans. And there are enough brands who are using AI. Use it to automate regular business operations to improve your efficiencies, for market research, simplify data for decision makers, or just predict the outcome of a marketing campaign using past behavior. Use it to understand consumer behavior. We do it a lot. I mean, there are two sides. There's a commercial side, there's a journalistic side. We use AI to understand what is relevant to our audiences. Generate marketing content. Short form, long form, blogs, email liners, articles, all that is possible. And AI is a great tool to predict where or what should be your ad and media placement for your target audience to maximize your ROI. So, when done right, AI enables brands to think quicker, execute faster, deploy in real time. But you should remember to avoid certain things. Do not rely solely on AI. There's so much of varied content out there. And AI tools will take time. So relying solely on that is futile. There is this whole thing about privacy. Consumers, regulatory forums are still fine-tuning those lines of what AI can or cannot do with consumer data. There is the whole question of attribution. Today, it's so difficult to gauge how much of an uplift in brand scores have happened because of AI. But this technology is here to stay. And whether we like it or not, it's not going to be wished away, right? And in an environment where the world is rewarding innovation, if marketers do not use AI in some form or the other, will be replaced by those who do. Gen Z. We've obviously had a great panel on Gen Z. Brands are always trying to understand what works for their largest audience. Till yesterday it was millennials, today it's Gen Z. But it is so vital to understand this generation, not because they're so uniquely different. It is because they are making their way into the workforce and they have a significantly high purchase power. The media consumption is so fragmented. It's so difficult to reach them. And mind you, the media consumption is really very high. So how do brands reach them? They're a mobile first generation. Think about it. Use content that is mobile friendly, created for mobile. That's the point of contact. Allow them to buy on their social channels. Instagram, Snapchat, whatever that might be. This generation prefers brands that are high on the social curve. This generation believes that brands need to take a stand. Whatever that might be, climate change, racial inequality, LGBTQ. They pay a premium to brands who have a stand. This generation does not believe in search engines. They are a generation who will find and do their discovery on social media. So think about it and use it. Audio is a very integral medium to this generation. Their consumption of audio is far higher than the television put together. So leverage this platform. And this is a generation that despite their high media fragmentations, their micro communities remain intact, which means that this generation prefers passions over platforms. So make sure you use the right content on the right platforms. You've got to be authentic. You can be entertaining, but you've got to be authentic. And stay true to your identity, because that is what is going to define your purpose. And that is the power of your purpose with your audiences and the long-term connectivity that you will build. Therefore,
So I've tried to use a little bit of technology, but just to summarize, what I'd really like for you to